Hello and welcome back to HoI4 with our Poland-Lithuanian Commonwealth thingy magic. It's warm, it's gonna be warm the entire week, so my brain doesn't work. And yeah, you're stuck with me. Or not, because you can turn off the video. I would like it if you didn't, but you live in a free country, hopefully. If you don't, well, then you have to watch the video. Yeah, kind of stuck with it. I don't know. It's warm. I'm sweating. I don't like it. Like, I don't mind cold. I hate the warmth. Because at a certain point, you're just too warm and you cannot start taking off more clothes, especially when you're in public. Even though I'm at home, I still prefer to actually wear clothing. I'm not that comfortable sitting around buck naked, to be honest. But especially at work, you know, you kind of have to wear everything. But it's cold. It's easy. You just wear more clothing. Yeah, it gets uncomfortable after a while to wear a lot of clothing because, you know, movement gets restricted. But you're still warm, right? You're comfortable. And if you're cold, just wear some more. At least I have that luxury position that I can't just do this. Well, Italy is a mess. Oh, great for them. But at heat, yeah, well, people are like, oh, you get AC. You know, I don't want to. Just not in where I'm in the Netherlands, man. Like, we have 2 hot weeks maximum per year. Like, buying an AC for that. So that's some other like reasons to not get AC, which I'm not gonna go into. Yeah, just don't. It's just a waste of money for me. But I have a fan sitting here right next to me. There's just one downside about running a ventilator right now. Is you'd hear it a lot, and might actually just blow in the mic slightly, because, you know, I'm sitting in front of a microphone, and a fan will be, you know, sitting in front of me. So, you know, one will lead to the other. Hey, these guys are done. The guy on the other side of the border, vain for... had to abandon this post due to an approaching enemy patrol. So, the collaboration was successful, but... Operators gotta be undersigned that they're being sent away. Okay, so this guy is harmed in a mission. Alright, I want you to start building up more network in Budapest. So we got 50% collab. That's pretty good. So... yeah, so if we conquer them, then they'll immediately start giving me some factories and resources and the local police and informants. So that's pretty good. So I think I'm actually okay with that. And we'll just go for the Austrian Empire. Insert a guy into Vienna. I have more political power. I don't know what to do with though. Oh well. Oh well, oh well, oh well, oh well, oh well, oh well. Fuck. Seems that we're good on equipment. Alright, well, get you to medium priority again. Alright, let's start building other aircraft that are better. Like, the difference, but there's recently, I think Paradox released a post, might have been on Facebook, can't remember exactly where they showed the difference between kill rates on different types of aircraft. Like, yeah, it's specifically for fighters and heavy fighters and jet fighters. But yeah, it is worthwhile to upgrade that. To upgrade your fighters if you can. Yes, they are more expensive, but they do a lot more damage. Like kill rate where normally it's like 1 on 1. You usually get about 2, sometimes even 3, sometimes even 4. You know, that's just difference, and that's worth it. Wow, we can have Commonwealth tank designs, because that's definitely what we have the economic base for. No one strike teams? No. Definitely want that, because supply consumption minus 5% is just good, you know? It's my problem with the game usually. It's like, hey, I have good armies, but the infrastructure here is so goddamn awful that we can't really work with it. And I don't really have the financial... economic infrastructure to get supply planes going. Then airdrop shit in, like, oh god. If I would have a job at Paradox, I would create a a game that would be basically Hearts of Iron after the war, so the Cold War, and I would create cool shit. I think I've got ideas, and a lot of people say like, oh, you know, everybody has great ideas, but nobody knows how to bring in practice. You know, I actually done a minor in game design. I've been building games on my own for the past, I don't know, how old am I? I'm 31, and I started my first building games, like board games, when I was very little. I think by the age of 8, I started designing my own games. I've been doing that my entire life. Just, you know, never really felt like releasing it. I'm currently building Stratego, which makes you like, hey, that game already exists. Yeah, I know, but I'm still learning programming. I'm not a good programmer. I'm not you know, trained in it. And in September, most likely, I'm gonna give a friend of mine, and we're gonna build the Colonists of Catan, just to get a feel of how it is to work together, and then we will probably start designing our own games. And maybe if it's successful, we'll start releasing it. Because I'm a designer and an artist. I'm more of a designer and a little bit less of an artist. I can make art-ish. It looks okay. It's not that good. Like my, I think majority of my skills lie in different fields. But I'm good with a brush. Like in real life, I mean. I have been miniature painting now for a little bit more, close to a year and a half, I think. And I'm not saying I'm good, but every model that I paint, and I spend a lot of time on, that's first things first. Every model that I paint basically is for me a challenge to improve, like learn a new skill, and I think I'm finally getting properly the hang of glazing and layering now, because that took me a while to get that right. It has to do a lot with the not specifically the type of brush you're using, but also with like how you thin your paints and how you apply your paints, all that kind of stuff. And you know, some color knowledge, like how do you use things. Like I've been painting some things that are white, and I can tell you now that you should never paint something that is white, because fuck that. How much do I have? 126. Okay. Because white is a shit color, right? And white, there's only white. There's no dark white, so to speak. There's gray, but depending on what you paint, gray is the wrong color, right? If white fur is mostly yellow, like a polar bear, we consider polar bears white, right? Well, they fucking ain't. It sounds really angry, but they ain't, right? Even their fur is technically not white, but that's beside the point. Apparently their fur is see-through and their pelt is white. I don't know, but they're yellow. But they're really light yellow, right? So, relatively speaking, they're white. So if you paint white fur... I've been doing that a lot, and we're not doing really anything in the background, so... so I've been a white oxen, that's what I painted. Really cool model. There are pictures of it online somewhere. Nah, go find it. So I'm not gonna promote my other stuff. Anyway, because it's fur, the base coat is yellowish, yellow-brownish, and only the tippy-toppies that are white, so that's like the edges, the highlights, like the way the light just kind of shines through it because it's organic material. Because I don't know if you know, if you put like your skin is see-through, especially at the edges where it's the thinnest, and if you apply that logic in your painting, it gets better. I think it's like diffusion. I think there's a term for it in 3D modeling. It's subsurface scattering. That's the one. Why do I know that? Don't ask. I have an interest in 3D modeling. I can't do it, mind you. I have a fleeting interest in 3D modeling, and once in a while, like a Blender Guru does these tutorials. And when Blender 2.8 released, I did this new do a donut tutorial, and I was like, okay, that's pretty cool. And I could probably do a lot more with it, but I don't really have the time, and I have too many hobbies, because I teach myself programming, I teach myself miniature painting, I teach myself pixel art creation, I could do a little bit of sculpting in 3D, I do some 2D digital painting, I walk a lot. I also have a full-time fucking job, mind you. I have friends, which also, you know, takes time. So at the end of the day, I don't really have time to teach myself everything. So I hope at some point in my life I maybe can get rid of the job part and, you know, shift that to a paying hobby. And hopefully that will never be YouTube, because I'm probably gonna make that video soon. But I'm thinking of switching my YouTube around a lot. For you guys, it probably won't change much, but for me it will, to the better. But I'll probably make a video to kind of check, see if there's any vibe for that shite. A lot of you are like, what? What do you mean? Well, Twitch. YouTube is becoming more and more a bit of a shit show. And the amount of commercials that they're pushing, I hope for the god of you, if you're not using an ad blocker, thank you. If you're using an ad blocker, I fully understand why you do it, because I don't, because felt it would be a bit hypocritical to use an ad blocker on a platform that actually pays me to, you know, get some content on it. So yeah. But there are videos out there that I just don't watch anymore, because it's like, hey, do you want a video like like a commercial every 2 minutes? No, I don't. I really don't, because it annoys the living shit out of me. So yeah, that's the thing. I need some more power there. Anyway, so I was thinking, and I'll just mention what I have in mind. I'm thinking of migrating my recording sessions to do them just live on Twitch and just upload the VODs on YouTube. So for me, it doesn't really change much in my recording. The thing is just, the difference is going to be live. And spend some time on creating some more special videos, like one-offs. Like recently I did the Arm Straight Tycoon video, which is nothing special really, but I think I prefer to create and consume content like that instead of the content I'm doing right now. Because what I'm doing right now is fairly unscripted. I'm just kind of talking into a microphone while playing a game. It's a lot more suited for Twitch. So then I would need to switch over to Twitch, but then I need to kind of figure out, okay, when am I going to stream? When you guys are going to, you know, which would be the most optimal moment for you guys to watch? Because I'm not going to, you know, I'm not going to go stream for an empty audience, kind of what I'm doing already. I'm streaming, by the way, every Wednesday, 4 p.m. Central European Time. Join me. Because occasionally some of you show up, but usually it's just me, and I think it's a bot. Because there's always one viewer. It might be just me, actually, because I usually tend to get my own stream open, see if there's any trouble, but yeah. Just, I think it might be interesting to do. And switch it over. I think for me it doesn't change much, but I need to figure out, okay, when I'm going to stream and that kind of stuff, and I kind of focus during the week on creating some more high quality content, like mod reviews, game reviews, news bits about games that I'm interested about, and just do a little bit more quality video work. Might be interesting, but that's kind of the thought bubble that's kind of going through my head right now. I still don't know if I'm going to go through with it, but who knows? We'll see. We'll have to see. We got 3 more factories coming in. That's perfect. Alright, and our armies are complete, so the unit that we are... If I could figure the fuck out, there's we're going to deploy. Yeah, so these guys are getting built, and... Yeah, strike the blow. Do we care about this? The extra research slot is just too good to let go. So let's just do this, and then we'll go to war. So that might be at the end of the video, hopefully. So you just only have to listen to me for rambling for another 10-15 minutes, and then we actually got to do something in the next episode, probably. Please stay. You know, the longer you watch the videos, the more they are past. Like, and so the thing is also why I want to switch over, because I don't know, actually, I should probably check it at some point. It's like what the platform most of my viewers consume. I think it's on mobile. I really should start switching over to a different type of content. Like, do people like actively watch Twitch on their phones? I don't know. I wouldn't. Because I got a PC with 3 screens, so might be just my luxury position. Alright, well, that's bullshit. Alright, now that's fine. Sorry, I'm just looking at analytics. I want to know what. So. Alright, large front operations. Just keep going. I wanted to know what devices you averagely consume on. Let's see. Wow. A lot of you are not subscribed. And some of you are women. Wow, that's even scarier. A lot of you from the US, apparently. Anyway, this is not exactly what I was looking for. I want to know the devices that you use. How do you do that again? Where's it again? Playlists. Oh, most of you watch through playlists. I can kind of understand that. Oh, a lot of you find me through Google search, some of you through DuckDuckGo, even less of you through YouTube. Alright. Germany campaign is doing really well. Ah, and YouTube is recommending the Millennium Dawn China campaign, because that's definitely right. No, yeah, sure. Don't read into that. But can I get like the device that you guys use? Come on. This is engagement. That's not really what I'm looking for. I want to know, well, how do you guys consume it? There used to be a way to check that. Advanced mode. Oh, there we go. Device type. Wow, 46% of you watch this through mobile phones. Holy shit. That's almost half. Alright, so if you use a mobile phone, do you kind of like... How do you watch this? Because you have to hold a phone, right? 99% of the YouTube consuming that I do is just kind of just on a screen while I'm doing something else. It's like background television. That kind of stuff. Yeah, well, you know, each his own. It might be also be, it's like, does it actually, no, it actually makes a difference between tablets, game consoles. Really? Huh. TV? Wow. Alright. Kind of funky to see. Like, there's a few of effort. So just looking through this. The people that watch through a computer almost have the same amount of watching time, a little bit less than people who watch on mobile phone, because they actually watch a lot longer. Apparently people on game console watch the longest on average. So. Also, apparently only stick around for 6 minutes. So yeah, creating these 10 minutes, 10 to, well, 8 minute short videos that are just, you know, content and concise, I think are better content. Just me sitting here 30 minutes talking out of my ass like I'm doing right now. Apparently it's not that popular. I need to shift around my content. Make it more interesting instead of just me rambling. So yeah, what I might do is... So yeah, I've been thinking about this. Let's switch to Twitch. Jesus. Record my content there and maybe create like these one-offs. Maybe I won't even upload it to YouTube anymore, as in the VODs, and just kind of see like, hey, I streamed this weekend. I streamed, I don't know, Hearts of Iron 4 specific mod. I don't know, and create a small overview video out of it. Like, hey, in 10 to 15 minutes, you kind of get the entire campaign explained and what happens, like the interesting bits, and then I need to start, you know, paying attention to what I fucking do. I don't know. I think it might be more interesting. I don't know. It's bugging me. It's YouTube needs a competitor. But I think the idea behind YouTube is problematic. It's a platform where you can freely upload content in near infinite amounts. And it just takes data. And it eats data or data, depends where you're from. And bandwidth, and it's expensive. And yeah, you've got people that are like high earners, I guess, like PewDiePie. They make money off PewDiePie, right? Guy uploads fairly irregularly, and I think they still run commercials on his shit. I don't know. But yeah, guys like PewDiePie are profitable. I'm not. I'm definitely not a profitable person, and I still upload 6 videos every 6 to 7 videos almost every week, which are about 3.5 to 4 gigabytes in size, and just add that up, and the peanuts in cents that I make in profit that I make them is not worthwhile. And I am not the smallest YouTuber out there that creates the amount of content that I do. Well, so it is just I get why nobody is really creating a proper alternative, and then people are trying it. I think what did Linus Tech Tips old employees was creating a video company like for creators by creators. Yeah, but that shit would only work if you need to specifically invite creators, but you cannot get new creators on that platform because they need a platform to get popular through. So how the hell do you do that, right? And yeah, Twitch probably has a similar problem, but I think they got a lot of sponsorships with games and that kind of stuff. So they've got some secondary sources of income. Plus, yeah, they probably have to store the data as well, but it's at a lower bit rate usually. So I think there's some bits and bobs, and there's probably a good way. Plus, their subscription system probably makes them a lot more money. And YouTube has been trying that with YouTube Premium and subscribing to YouTube channels. You can actually subscribe to my YouTube channel if you want it. I don't know why you would. I recommend you don't. If you really want to support me, just if I live stream, go there. Just watch my videos. That's it. I'm not gonna ask you to chuck any money at my face. But yeah, it's possible. Won't get you anything. Yeah, it's a classical Let's Ramble with Dimosa series so far, because we're just going through a focus tree. This is probably why you want to go and do this on live stream and then create another video. This could have been, this has been 2 videos basically until we get the setup, and then I could have just gone like, hey, cut out like an hour's worth of recording basically and say like, hey, we went through here, we did this, and now we're gonna go to war, blap. And then, like, oh wow, that's really neat and concise and just, bite-sized content. Am I bashing my own quality of content? Yes. Yes, I am. Is that a bad thing? Probably not a good thing. Let's keep it at that. Right, just a couple more. And yeah, I think I was right about the timing. I think by the end of the video, we are gonna go to war. So, yeah. It's just me rambling, more suited for Twitch, and then just kind of condense this into proper content, and... but I probably want to buy a new PC at some point as well, to make that easier. But I'm waiting... I have the money for it, that's not the issue, but I'm waiting for the new NVIDIA release, because my PC right now is good. It's not great, it's good. Has a proper i7 processor, of a 6 series i7 processor. I have a 1080. I have more than enough RAM, disk space, everything. It's a fine PC. I'll be playing some Horizon Zero Dawn. Lovely game. I can run that at high to ultra settings at 50 to 60 FPS. And for a single player game, that's fine. There are people like, alright, I want 420 FPS in all my games. Like, well, I am playing a single player, third person RPG with fairly lenient mechanics. Everything that's 50 plus is fine. but the responsiveness. I'm not playing a tactical competitive shooter here. And Kaiser Wilhelm is dead. Well, bye. That's the kind of the shit that, you know. But for recording sense, I would love to have one of the new Ryzen CPUs, like have 36 physical fucking cores or something along those lines. But Nvidia is soon TM, releasing their new 3000 series GPUs. And with current news that is available, the 3080 is like a 30 to 40% improvement over the 2080 Ti, and I'm running a 1080, and a 2080 Ti is about a 40 to 50% increase over a 1080, or a 30 to 40% increase over a regular 1080. So in theory, that would mean that I would get almost double the performance. Don't think that's true, but let's say about an 80% performance increase. Well, that's a proper upgrade. An invitation to the Reichsbad. Yeah, so the thing is, Germany, you're at war with the Russians, Japanese apparently, because you're also at war with the co-prosperity sphere, because that was a good idea, as well as the Third International. So I'm afraid I'm not really into that shit. Now hopefully you're not gonna be like, hey. So I guess I just did deepen Polish ties. An invitation to the Reichsbad, yeah. So they can do this if, okay, well, you know, by that time we're hopefully stronger than them, and hopefully the Germans don't declare no war. But yeah, just looking for new hardware, basically, to get back to the conversation that I was trying to have before. Alright, so all troops are ready. We're just gonna mobilize. We're gonna reform the high command. We're gonna go and get the new research slot, and go to war. And if that's, I will off-screen maybe some bits of it, because I don't think it's gonna be interesting to really see unless something happens. I'll start recording a little bit earlier, but I think we are fine. But yeah, I want to buy a new PC. Basically, buy a new PC. But I want to wait for the proper hardware to be there, and it's probably going to be a couple of months after the 1080 or the 3080 Ti's get officially released to see like how expensive they're going to be. Apparently they're going to be around the same price point as their previous series counterpart during release, so that will be probably about $1,300. So about, wait, they're cheaper in the US comparatively. I think they've got to be about 1,300 euros. Something along those lines. So basically I'm gonna buy for 3,000 euros a proper PC upgrade. I'm not planning to do anything else with money, because I'm not gonna go on a holiday this year, so that saves me a lot of money. But yeah, I'll have to see how things go. And I'm probably not gonna buy a Founders Edition, because hey, you wanna pay the same amount and just lose out on 10% performance? No. So probably early January, somewhere, I guess. Because they're slated to be released at the end of the summer, sort of. That's like the rumors right now. I don't know what the latest rumors are. Let's see, GTX 3000 series. What's the latest news? Got some up from July, 4 days ago. Alright, so GPU magazine. It's got 19 hours ago. Well, that's recently. With the new RTX 2000 series coming up, Spoon. Yeah, well, that's the thing. It is always a Spoon. Cleared up the RTX 2000 series rumors and added a reveal date. Added dates for specific version launches. Really? You figured it out? Oh, that's some bad news. Right, so it might not be built on new hardware that they've been experimenting with, which might mean that they're not as good as they are supposed to be, possibly be able to. Wow, we're already in 1941 and we haven't done shit! Anyway, I'm gonna end the episode here. When we're back, I'm gonna go to war. Bye!